A listener writes, my wife and sister-in-law lost their father a little over 4 years ago in the Bronx. They are the only heirs. They let the Bronx public administrator handle the case, and what was supposed to be done in 9 to 12 months has lasted this long, which I guess means over 4 years. Whenever they call for an update, they get different stories. Last they heard, there was almost $300K in the case. There's a house in Puerto Rico that was supposedly the holdup that they hired a Puerto Rican lawyer to handle. Yesterday, that lawyer called me and told me he's been waiting 2 years for them to get back to him so he can move forward, and he sent them what is owed in real estate taxes that needs to be paid before he can continue the process. He calls and they never call back. The lawyer also wants to let them know potential buyers have contacted him, offering him up to $40,000 for as is, and will also cover all fees and owed taxes on the property, but he still can't get through to her and would be a quicker process. He's worried the government would put a lien on the property and auction it off. So the bottom line question is, after that being said, do you take over cases like this? And the short answer is, I wish I could, but I can't. It is very difficult. I'd say nearly impossible to have a public administrator removed in cases like this. So with that said, I would like to use your story, if you don't mind, as a cautionary tale for anyone who's about to begin the estate process to do their best to avoid using the public administrator. I would recommend that you do a very, very simple Google search. Just type in public administrator scandal, maybe public administrator New York scandal, and here's just a few samples of what might come up. Ex-public administrator allegedly ripped off dead people. How insiders snatch millions from estates. And ex-Brooklyn public administrator employee jailed for swindling. Those are just a few examples of what, obviously there are always going to be a few bad apples in any batch, but there seems to be a sort of history of problems with the public administrator mishandling funds. I'm trying to put this as delicately as possible. And on a more general note, when you really want something done right, do you use the post office or do you use FedEx? When your life is on the line, when you've been charged with a crime, do you rely on the public defender or do you hire the best possible Johnny Cochran defense attorney possible? And that's really what we're talking about here. The public administrator is the public executor, the one that you get if you don't have any money or if you don't, it's the government assigned administrator or executor. There are other options. Even if you don't have a family member or anyone else who's able to do it, you can hire your own executor. And there are ways to make it work out so that you don't pay any fees out of pocket and that the private executor gets paid from the estate. I wrote a book on it called How to Hire an Executor. Check it out on Amazon. So if anyone, I'm going to use this situation with the Bronx estate and the Puerto Rican house as an example, as a cautionary tale. When I warn folks, this is why you should try your best to not get involved with the public administrator. Just try to find some other way to work out the estate. This is one good example. And again, the shorter answer is, unfortunately, I wish I could help you and take over the case. It's very, very difficult to get the public administrator out once they're in. All right. I hope you found this helpful. I hope this helps anyone who is about to begin this process. Contact us by email or social if you have any questions. Take care.